So you new subscribers to my channel, have you ever really wondered how I went from CNA to a master's degree in nursing? If so, stay tuned. Hey you guys, me Adam Deshawn with another video. I know it's been like 2 months since I have made a video, but I have been busy, so please forgive me. So I've been meaning to make this video for a while now, but here we are. I finally found the time to really sit down and make this video. So I understand that a lot of you guys are finding me in different areas of my nursing career. Those of you guys who know, I have been making nursing videos all the way since I was in LPN school, like over 10 years ago. So I've been making YouTube videos about my nursing journey for about 10 years now. And a lot of you guys find me at different areas of my nursing career through those videos. Like some people find me like while I was in my RN program. Some people found me from my Confessions of a Nurse's video, a nursing student video. And some people find me when I was getting my BSN. And some people found me as I was getting my master's. So I'm gonna do a kind of a concise video to kind of really go through my nursing journey and kind of like let everybody know, kind of get all of my new people up to date. So let's get started. So back in 2007, my best friend at the time's mother was a CNA. I was on break from college and I needed a summer job. So at the time she was like, hey, me and my best friend, like you guys come to the nursing home and get into the CNA classes. Now I didn't know what the hell a CNA was. I just thought it was a person that kind of was like handed out Jello to elderly people. I didn't know what a CNA was, but I found out when I got into those CNA classes and I was like, what is this? Like, I can't do this. Like cleaning up poop. Are you, what? Who? But I stuck through it, and like maybe a year after completing the classes and getting certified, I loved it. I absolutely loved it. I found my niche, and I felt like that was what I was going to do with the rest of my life, is some form of nursing. So after 2007 becoming a CNA, I was a CNA all the way up until 2012. So what was it, like 5 years? So in 2011, actually, I got into an LPN program. So after being a CNA for all those years, I was like, you know what, I've got to take my nursing journey to the next step. And I got into a practical nursing program in my local, it was like a technical school at the time. And that was in 2011. So in 2011, went through a year LPN program, graduated in 2012 as a licensed practical nurse. And of course, loved it. Was still at the nursing home at the time, at this same nursing home at the time. Really enjoyed being an LPN. So as years creep by, I was like, well, I really got to get started on getting my RN. At the time, that was kind of like what you did. One thing that you guys know that used to still gets on my nerves is that whenever you are in a one nursing program, people will ask you, well, when are you going to the next one? For example, if you're an LPN program, when are you going to get your RN? Or if you're in an RN program, are you guys going to get your BSN? If you're in a BSN program, are you going to get your master's and be a nurse practitioner? Y'all know they get on my nerves very bad. So that was the question, like, when are you going back to get your RN? So I think I started taking my RN prerequisites in, I think, 2014, if I'm not mistaken. Because the community college that I was trying for had a very extensive and a very competitive RN program to get into. And I was attempting to get into the LPN to RN mobility track program. So after a year of taking prerequisites and taking all of these other pre-licensure classes, or like at the time you had to take an ACT, which was like their standardized testing to tell you whether you got into the nursing program. So after a year of doing all that, I finally got into the RN program, and it was summer 2015, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 2015, summer 2015. So graduated from my RN program in May 2016, and was practicing as an RN at the same nursing home from where I became a CNA in those previous years. So in that time, while being an RN, I ended up moving here to Nashville to be closer to my boyfriend at the time. So I moved to Nashville in 2017. So after moving to Nashville, I just transferred with that same nursing home. So I was still within that same company, but I knew I wanted to transition into the hospital setting eventually. So at the time I was like, well, and I didn't feel like I could venture out into the hospital setting without having my BSN. Like, I don't know. I knew at the time Vanderbilt University, or from what I had heard, Vanderbilt University required RNs to have a bachelor's degree, which I don't think that's true anymore, but I don't know. Don't quote me on that. Do your own research. But at the time, I just know I did not want to go into a hospital setting and compete with all those RNs, and everybody has their BSN except me. So in 2017, I started to look for for BSN programs. You guys can go back and look at my video, and there was a video I made on how I made the decision to go to WGU, Western Governors University. So after all that was said and done, I settled on Western Governors University because it was cheap, it was self-paced. Go back and watch my videos on my WGU videos. I made several videos about WGU because I got my bachelor's from there and of course my master's from there as well. So after I got into WGU, those of you guys know I graduated I got my BSN in 6 months. That's no secret. I talked about that also in previous videos on my channel. So I graduated at the end of 2018 with my BSN from Western Governors University. So, which is when I transitioned in 2018 is when I transitioned to the RN. To the hospital. Sorry, what the hell am I talking about? To the hospital. So, was at the hospital for 2 years, and then of course COVID struck. So quarantine happened 2020. Like I said, I had had my BSN then for like 2 years. And after COVID hit in early 2020, and of course we went all in quarantine, I was like, well, I need to really start working on my master's degree, because at the time, we weren't doing anything. You weren't doing anything. You couldn't go out. You couldn't do anything. So I was like kind of just working and going home. And I was just kind of feeling like, okay, I'm not doing anything. I could absolutely be working on my master's degree. So mid 2020 is when I started to apply to Western Governors University again to start working on my master's degree. And those of you guys know who watch me on YouTube, and those of you guys know who have followed me, know that I started my BSc, my master's in nursing education, in mid 2020. Which means, and of course you guys know, I graduated with my master's in 6 months, just like I did with my bachelor's degree, which was very difficult. Much more difficult than it was with the bachelor's. But those of you guys know, at the very end of 2020, I finished my master's degree in nursing education. And from there, you guys know that I started to travel and all these other things. But anyway, I really wanted to do a very combined, comprehensive video about my nursing journey for my new subscribers, and what I have done with in the last 15 years of nursing. Started this in 2007, and here we are in 2022. So that has been 15 years of nursing. And I know I don't look like I've been on nurse for 15 years. I know I still look young. But that's it, you guys. I love you guys. Thank you so much for subscribing, comment, like this video so it does all this crap to the algorithm. Thank you all. Bye.